Ah, drink tankers, there you are. Today we board the good ship Zinging Whites. When chilled white wines are crisp and zinging to the max, their power to invigorate is unsurpassed. A single sip can feel like an electric eel down your trouser leg. These are the wines that shriek, yell and sing of freshness, crispness and ping. Let's take a closer look. So what do we mean by zinging whites? Well, a wine that's refreshing, crisp, invigorating, the kind of drink you'd have as an aperitif chilled on a hot summer day to get your spirit disco dancing at the very gods themselves. Now, where to look? Think of Italy. Pinot Grigio is a very famous grape variety and it's refreshing, it's crisp. Trouble is, it can be a little bit neutral. Italy though has a wealth of grape varieties. From Alto Adige, you could think of Pinot Grigio, but have you tried Verdicchio, Pinot Bianco, Greco di Tufo, Grillo, all grape varieties, all fantastically zingy. I'll say them again: Verdicchio, Pinot Bianco, Greco di Tufo and Grillo. God, I sound like wrestling bears just waiting to get it on. Zinging whites are zinging for one of two reasons. Either it's the nature of the grape variety in itself, it's zingy, think like a lemon, it's got to be zingy. Sauvignon Blanc, a brilliant example of a zingy grape. Or it could be the place. If the climate is very cool, as in northern France, think Muscadet, then you're gonna get a zinging white. You could look offbeat to find your zinging whites. Muscadet has been rather unfashionable until late, but I think it's a brilliant drink. Little salty tang to it, very refreshing in summer, not too much alcohol to it, and it is the Nadgers with a plate of mussels or shellfish. Get in there for the Muscadet. You could go really off-piste and look to Greece. There's a great variety from Santorini called Assyrtiko, which is pretty rare, but you can now find it on the shelves of many supermarkets, and it is superb. Really intense, thrilling. It's like racing on a massive roller coaster wearing nothing but spandex and devil's horns. Wow! It grows on a volcano and it harnesses all of that power somehow into the glass, like a crystal, like a diamond, like an explosion, like a citrus hand grenade, just waiting to go off in your face. Time for a zing-along. You could look to Australia for Riesling. Now I know Riesling, it's a grape that sends some people into tremors, but it's a fantastic drink when it's bone dry. Australia is producing brilliant examples. Clare Valley in Australia is producing lime-tastic Riesling. Oh, taste it next time you shuck an oyster. It is citrus-tastic. Another place to look, Albarino, a grape from Spain. It's a bit like Chablis, but infused with a single drop of the essence of a Thai fruit market. Bonanza. Semillon, another brilliant grape variety, highly underrated. Australia does a brilliant one, or you could look at South Africa. Young South African Semillon, my goodness me. Citrus infusion, it'll make your whole head resonate like a gong. Bring it on! For me, there can be only one grape variety to steal the accolade, and that is Sauvignon Blanc. Sauvignon Blanc has a long and distinguished history, and it takes on different characteristics depending on where in the world it comes from. For example, if you taste a Sauvignon Blanc from France's Loire Valley, it's crisp, it's herby, and it's zingy. However, if you taste a Sauvignon Blanc that comes from New Zealand, much more tropical, much more passion fruit flavours, much more wealthy flavours. You could also look to Chile, Leyda Valley, cool climate. I've stood there and the Pacific breezes, they come at you like a great spirit, reinvigorating you and making you think, aha, I shall one day sail across you and then who'll be laughing? Leyda Valley, brilliant wines. Sauvignon Blanc for me goes phenomenally with goat's cheese. It may sound a bit weird, but think about the tang and the zing and the brightness in goat's cheese. It picks up brilliantly on a glass of Pouilly-Fumé, which is Sauvignon Blanc, or Sancerre, also Sauvignon Blanc, both French. But my winners for Sauvignon Blanc have got to be South Africa for the purity, for the zing and freshness of regions such as Elgin, which when you're drinking one, it feels like you're tucking into a giant Granny Smith's apple. Or New Zealand for your tropical fruit, for your luxurious flavours, for your passion fruit face assault, you can't go wrong. Zinging Whites. Embrace the power of ping. Cheers. Drink tank policies. In general, if you're after a crisp, dry, zinging white, you could do worse than look to Italy. Their selection is phenomenal. Or you could go offbeat. Muscadet, it's unfashionable, but it's still there. Or Albarino, a great variety from Spain that's coming in fast on the inside lane. The king of ping has got to be Sauvignon Blanc. You could look to France with big names such as Puy-Fumé and Sancerre, or further afield, South African Sauvignon Blanc from Elgin, or Marlborough Sauvignon Blanc from big fat New Zealand.